I found multiple treasures in the place you most expect, the 99-cent store. Sam and I.
The officially licensed. No, this ain't some random mass 99-cent store.
Yeah, this isn't. What was the one? It was the Spanish 98-cent store or
No,
something?
it's the Latino dollar store.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And then the 98-cent store Galaxy.
That's
or
right.
Whatever.
Yeah, and that is
98-cent Galaxy.
And that is the official name on the sign, by the way, the Latino dollar store.
We're not racist. It's called that.
Oh, I see. I was uncomfortably silent because
Dude,
I was like,
you are the third person to do that to me. Rivers included.
But yeah, we went to the 99-cent store just a minute ago and started,
It was a journey around. The store's very big. They have everything.
Yeah, we went looking for the Sody Pop aisle, which of course is where the energy drinks would be.
The last aisle it was looking grim at one point.
Yeah.
I think at one point we both thought they didn't
isn't
have
everything grim at the dollar store?
Well, yeah,
except for the deals.
Nobody's on purpose at the dollar store.
There were
except for you two.
Two separate people just in traffic on the way there. Just kind of walking around in traffic. But yeah, we start looking around the 99-cent store. We're trying to find energy drinks.
I'm walking down the aisle first.
Yeah, Sam's in
And
front.
I see it, and I go, Rivers, they have Rip It. Rivers turns the corner past the display in the aisle and involuntarily pumps his fists into the air
Yeah.
as if he just like threw up a half-court shot and tied the game at the buzzer or something.
Did a single tear fall down his cheek?
He was legitimately more excited than I had seen him the whole day at that point.
Yeah, I was just so happy because I anticipated this whole weekend because I'm almost done a Rip It's, and I thought this whole weekend was going to be me going smurfing around dollar stores around LA, but
because you can only buy two at a time.
Yeah.
If you buy more than two, they're cooking it down and smoking.
Yeah, the state of California has legally prohibited me from buying more than
They
two.
should.
Good,
They really
good.
should. The fucked up part is we could have bought more energy drinks than we did today.
I wonder what the people behind the counter are like. Why is this guy buying 20 energy drinks?
Well, based on our previous reporting on Rip It and my glorious Adonis-like physical condition, she probably assumed I was a military man.
I'm sure that's what she thought.
Because Rip Its, as we've talked about, have a contract with the Department of Defense, and they are loved, or at least depended on chemically by many Iraq and Afghan war veteran
If
soldiers.
I was at the 99-cent store as a cashier, I would just play the game, what drug is this person on?
Yes. I think if it was Rip Its, I would just assume meth.
Or alcoholic.
Or alcoholic, yeah. As a mixer, maybe, so they can get all extra.
Something to keep them up.
Yeah.
And I think if you're on meth, you want to be extra on meth.
Yeah,
so you add an
you
energy
want to be,
drink. to the
crystal
mix.
clear when you foment these ideas.
Now, I'm surprised.
The restaurant you're going to open up.
Yeah,
one day.
the taco truck that serves doo-doo. You just don't get it, man. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be real big, real big.
I got ideas, man. I'm like, they say I got the best brain for business ever. I'm very smart. I think I proved that.
God, that's probably the greatest line since Sloppy Slimy Eggs.
Yeah.
It goes Jessica White, Sloppy Slimy Eggs, then Shannon from Finders Keepers.
Yes.
As y'all probably tell by now, I'm pretty smart. Most people who meet me say, people close to me, friend, kin folks, they all say I have the most best business mind of anyone that they've ever seen. I'm very smart, and I have to sit like this, otherwise I choke under the fat of my own neck.
Now come look at my foot for $8.
Adults $10, children $2. Come look at the cholesterol drip out of my foot that I found in the smoker. I am the footman, as you can see by my license plate.
Finders Keepers on Amazon. Go watch it. Fucking if you do nothing else this weekend, make it watching Finders Keepers.
He said he found a foot, and I said, no, you didn't. They said, you didn't find no foot. I said, huh? They said, what? I said, huh? They said, what? And then I had a foot. Once I get your foot back in my possession, I will have the foot, and I'm going to be famous, and soon I will run for president.
Yeah. The guy finds a foot, tries to turn it into a legitimate business enterprise. The fact that he found a human foot in a grill, and then obviously that's dumb, and he lost the foot to the man who lost the foot literally. And
He's a poetic fat moron.
yeah, absolutely.
I've seen a million shooting stars, and I made a million wishes. And all you do is to be on TV and in the movies.
And they the best part is right after the movie was done, the guy was like, well, obviously I gotta run for president, and then he did, and then he died immediately afterwards. So,
Pretty much. He probably got
CIA
this.
killed him.
yeah, they didn't want Shannon getting out there, man. They can't afford to make America Shannon again.
My comedy's pretty blue.
That's right. Yeah, he was he claimed to be a comedian with blue comedy.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I do private
Well, it's true.
parties.
I believe him. I don't think it's just a claim. I believe him.
Yeah. But
'Cause
yeah,
as my friend Alan Butt said, all you need to do to be a comedian is say you're a comedian.
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. We found I forgot what the hell it's called, but we did find a flavor of Rip It that I'd never heard of. So we'll have that coming up. But today,
We also found products we didn't even know made energy drinks.
yes. I want to.
Are we doing that first?
I'll show you mine, and then you show me yours,
Okay.
Sam. So this is the second to last road energy drink.
Oh, this one looks gnarly as hell already.
I mean,
Yeah.
the design is probably the best of any I've seen so far. It's simple.
I do like how
good.
simple it is, but it is just red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
There's no skeleton skull.
But the blue
demon.
is really
you know.
not American blue. It's like a sky blue.
This
Yeah.
is the first one that looks like an actual professional graphic artist designed the can, and not some 12-year-old who really likes demons.
Yeah. Well,
that
so
is true.
this drink has actually been featured on the show, but it was with a person I was zooming with. Had one, Kelton Bersac from the Psychic Dolphin Garage podcast down in Texas. Had him on the show, and he got an energy drink in solidarity, and he got some other flavor. I think it was like cherry candy or something of this energy
Can
drink.
flavored. This is aluminum flavored.
No, that's Dasani in a can. You remember when they did that for 5 seconds? You could get Dasani water in a can and you drank it. You're like, ugh, can. This tastes like a can. But this is 3D, and the flavor, and now you'll understand, all will be revealed why it looks like this. Liberty Pop. So this is supposed to be a like a red, white, and blue popsicle flavor.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
So that's why the blue is not American blue. It's more popsicle blue.
Okay.
So that's
Are the flavors staged in levels as well?
God. I would if one day,
Oh,
God
dude, if they had
willing,
a Neapolitan energy drink.
one day we will have the technology. We can build it. All right, let's.
That was a loud crack.
It was.
Yeah. We'll get this thing going here. Ooh, it is powder blue. Love it.
It looks like the blue Gatorade, that color.
Yeah, and I think I told Sam because I texted you a picture of this when I found it and said I was going to wait to drink it at Mount Rushmore, but
Smells good.
It smells
good,
good,
like
yeah.
blue raspberry.
yeah, it does smell like that bomb pop flavor. Let's see.
I love this.
You like it?
It's so good. I would drink this all the time.
It's again,
I like it.
it tastes good if you're really into like tasting individual grains of sugar. But yeah,
No, I believe this one is. This one's. I don't know if it's sugar free, but it's definitely low calorie. It's got 2 grams of sugar alcohol, so that's fun. I don't know what
why
that
is
means.
that the
Just
new
like-
thing? The substitute. It's like it's
like
not
these
sugar free,
mints.
but it's sugar alcohol.
Yeah. We also have some breath mints here that also have sugar alcohol in them. So.
Yeah, this tastes like that blue Gatorade.
Yeah.
Or kind of like blue Powerade, actually, which is my favorite of the AIDS. You know? Why would you like some of the other ones?
No, yeah.
All right. I'm going to give this Paul. Shout out to Paul, keeping track of these. Our friend in the UK. giving this one a 5.
I'll give it a 4. It's a 4.
Wow.
5 needs to not make me like scrape the sugar out of the inside of my mouth.
I do think
You mean the sugar alcohol?
Whatever it is, it's like my mouth tastes weird now too. Like
The-
it feels weird.
I'm not going to give it a 5 because there's the only flaw I can find is there is a slight energy drink aftertaste,
Yeah.
which is to be expected with all of these. But
Yeah.
It really does taste like the blue part of a Bon Pop.
4.9.
Wow.
Though.
Yeah.
It's almost perfect.
I was gonna say this one might be the man. Shout out to 3D. You got the good graphic design. You got the tasty beverage.
Where do they make this stuff?
Oh, they're their own thing. Canned under the authority of 3D Energy Drinks, Louisville, Kentucky. So shout out to Louisville, home of the
best
greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
and the greatest of all time, 3D Bomb
They
Pop.
grow a bunch of shitty weed there. Did you know that?
That's all of Kentucky. You know what
Yeah.
the best fucking thing of do you have a lot of fans in Kentucky? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Shout-
definitely gonna find
Yeah,
out.
make some inflammatory
shout-
remarks.
Shout out to Father Sparks. What's up?
You know what used to be the work? Like when I first started doing comedy, weed was legal nowhere, and
Yeah.
the most annoying thing about people from Kentucky was they were all uppity about their weed. And it was like, well, you know, all the weed you smoke's probably from Kentucky, right? And that's like all they wanted to fucking talk about was like, "It's the bluegrass Kentucky. Our weed's strong. It's just the best. We like do it in the woods. It's great." And just you couldn't get them to shut the fuck up about it. But it was really cool if you did comedy there. They would just give you a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Was it decent? Was it good?
I mean,
They give you a lot of weed. Who cares about
Okay.
anything else?
it was like 2004. This is like when any weed was good weed.
Damn,
you didn't
you're
give a
doing-
shit. You were just like, you know,
How
or
long have you been
2005
doing
rather.
comedy.
Let's edit this out so
Christ.
no one knows. I started when I was 20, so it would have been
Okay.
2005. Yeah,
Yeah,
2005.
05.
Yeah,
05.
05, yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I had a friend who took me on the road like almost immediately, and so I got to do that stuff. And
Nice.
then it was pretty cool, except for Kentucky. Also, Paducah, Kentucky can like kiss my left butt cheek.
What happened in Paducah,
You
Kentucky?
clearly bombed.
No, I had a good set till I almost got murdered. I mean, it was in Paducah, Kentucky at a bar called Fire and Ice that was next to a strip club called Froggers, which was under an overpass and power lines as well, and
You can hear you can hear the radio in your fillings.
yeah, nothing was going on in this city. And we went to the bar, and like they had no idea there was a comedy show that night. So that's how you know you really got a good gig, is like when they don't know you're performing.
They're like, "Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, and there's like
Oh, let me turn on the stage light for you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, comedy."
there was like a guy whose only job was the spotlight. He was like, "Now, what side of your face would you like the light on? Do you want a jail?" And it was just like, what? What?
yeah, dark red.
Dark red on my right face. So he would have this bright spotlight. So one side of your face was like cooking, and the other side was like not seen. And
In
the middle-
of the Opera situation.
Yeah.
And then, like,
make me look like Harvey Dent.
midway through my set, this little girl, or what I thought was a little girl, stood up on the table. No lie, stood up on the table and started going, "How big's your cock? How big's your cock?" And my initial instinct was like, why does this little girl have such a low voice?
I do this to telemarketers now.
And I slowly realized it wasn't a little girl. It was a short person who was a stripper at Froggers who had drunkenly made her way over after her set. And at that time in my career, I still thought it was like really good to go off on hecklers.
Sure.
Because that'll solve everything.
Yeah.
You know, you see some professional comics who they still do that. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Epic takedown of
Yeah,
little
epic
person
takedown.
at shitty bar.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you're good at being an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, great.
I can win this.
Yeah, so I just like I immediately went to like nuclear and just went off on her. And what I didn't realize is that the short person stripper is famous in small country towns.
Why would she not be?
So not only is she like famous, but she's beloved.
Yeah, of course.
So the second I went off on her, the whole place went from like enjoying my set to silence. And like
Yeah, so you're
murmurs,
bombed.
yeah, to murmurs and silence and just general uncomfortableness. And I thought I could save it by being like, "Hey, anybody got a long rope?" And some guy in the back leaned forward on his table and goes, "Nah, but we could find one, funny boy."
Oh,
And I like legitimately was like, "Your next comedian, Elise Crocker," and like spent the rest of the night in the back seat of a Civic, just praying they would hurry the fuck up and we could get out of there.
damn.
Well,
Comedy on the road. It's
Yeah.
always something. You should have gone to the strip club and apologized.
Man, I
Just made it rain.
I was like 23. I was petrified. I thought they were gonna murder me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. You can bomb so hard that people want to murder you. I've seen it.
Just don't insult someone in the crowd that's like known, because the entire place
or just
will-
anybody, usually. Unless you can
Yeah.
tell everybody hates them, then it's fine.
right. Yeah. Unless-
Rivers, that last energy drink was a little too unhealthy.
Yeah. That's the thing. We did find another energy drink at
A company that you wouldn't even expect to make energy drinks,
Yeah,
and that is V8.
V8. You've all heard of it.
Yo.
You all love it. I'm not energized enough. I might need some more. What does V8 bring to the table?
They're bringing a sparkling energy drink. They also had a non-sparkling, which I bought a couple of those too.
This is the first. We're doing two.
Yeah.
Ew, non-sparkling. That means so it's not carbonated, right?
This one is, but the other one, exactly. But the reason,
tomato heat.
the thing is, we're doing two today because you have to. When the expiration date on this product is February 11th, 2021.
Oh no.
So you might as well do it before it completely you loses the carbonation and flavor.
Okay,
Got a
well,
little tint of color to it.
at least it's mostly clear. I like that. Oh, are you about to pour that out?
Rivers.
Give it to Daddy.
Oh my god.
Hit me.
Oh, there's already-
Oh, it's already in there. Damn. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Hold on.
Are you waist nodding, want nodding this
This
blue
blue
mess?
soda.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so good. Hit me with more
Oh
blue.
god.
God,
Okay.
your body
Let's
is
get you some
just
health.
Mostly
Let's get you
caffeine.
some health potion in here.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't care for the smell at all whatsoever.
it's
It doesn't smell like it smells like actual orange and pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Which is not what you expect in an energy drink.
Joe's having some sort of reaction.
It's foul.
Really?
That is really bad.
Well,
I think
it does say to drink before the date on the can.
I mean, that's like, whew, that's one of those involuntary like ticks it gives you, where it's like,
It does. It tastes more.
like the police officer in Dumber and Dumber when he drinks to piss, and he like, starts. That's what that did
Yeah.
to me. That was. whew.
Are you sucking back Grandpa's old cough medicine? Are you?
Yeah, let me have some of the blue stuff to get the taste. It's still in there. No.
The mixing it might fix it.
Oh, now you got to chug it.
There's
because
zero
this-
chance I'm doing that.
Dude, you should take a fucking sip at least.
I have
Come
an
on,
empty
dude.
stomach. I'll vomit everywhere.
Oh
come
well,
on.
I guess I'm just gonna
This
have to drink
this-
all of it.
This tastes more like of a natural kind of not super healthy juice, but it tastes more like a natural quote unquote juice than an energy drink.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
3 different competing flavors, and I didn't care for either of them. Or any of them.
It doesn't really taste like orange or pineapple.
See, I was still kind of worried just because it's V8 and it's expired that there would be some kind of fruit particles or
Yeah,
there'd be
chunkiness.
a chunkiness, but
I
no,
was
it's
sure to turn it back and forth several times.
Oh, good,
during the
good.
course of the podcast, so I try to mix it.
won't have a repeat of the jackfruit situation.
Oh no, that was awful.
Expiredness.
Yeah, for an expired energy drink, it's pretty terrible. I don't know what I want to give this. Probably a 2.
I'm going to give it a 1.
Yeah, it's not.
Does it go to 0?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's a
to.
0.
I do like how it's the healthiest we've had by far. Oh, Rivers is doing the suicide.
Yeah, suicide time.
The mixture. He's doing it. Rivers is fucking drinking Joe's backwash energy
Boom.
drink today.
Done.
Oh, I assure you, I did not drink enough of
I
either
know.
to have backwash.
That's what I figured. Joe's a sampler,
How was it?
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah. You should have poured more blue in it.
Parts greater than some. I'll say that.
Boom.
Yeah. By the way, I asked for some questions on Twitter, and so I was gonna throw these back and see what you guys think. So this one comes to us from friend of the show at Amend Kevin. It says, "What did you do to get in the most trouble you ever got into as a kid?" I'm talking under 13. Either that or what's the craziest fucking thing you've ever gotten away with? I got away with sneaking drugs into jail twice. I also broke into a natural history museum and smoked weed with the stuffed polar bears.
You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I'm not going to incriminate myself.
You should have said a friend did that. You know somebody who did.
Statute of limitations on them polar bears.
Hopefully that's not his real name.
My tummy hurts.
Yeah, well, you haven't eaten anything today, and you just drank energy drink.
Eat some more breath mints.
Yeah.
That'll
That's
make
why
it
I'm
better.
sucking on a breath mint right now.
Joe's
Trying to
gonna
get the
die.
evil out of my mouth.
That'll make it better. But yeah, what you guys got? What was the most trouble you ever got in? I know Joe started a fire at the church. Check out our Christmas episode from a few years ago.
I didn't really get in trouble for that, though.
Yeah.
That was
good.
just a really big flame in the middle of a Christmas
In
Eve
the middle
service.
of Silent Night, Holy Night.
I mean, you shouldn't have given me fire. Most trouble I ever got in. I mean, we're outside of drunk in Publix as an adult.
This is like under 13. Like he's like saying as a kid. Like what?
One time I almost got arrested as like a 15-year-old.
Oh,
14-year-old.
what happened?
It's so fucking stupid. We were walking home from school, and we thought it was cool to smoke cigarettes, so we were in the woods smoking cigarettes.
Hell
being
yeah, dude.
cool.
What?
Being all cool and shit. Hey, man, you got some Marlboro Lights? I want to smoke them fuckers.
Yeah, I stole some from my dad. Let's go to the woods,
Shit,
man.
I got that kid who got held back twice. He bought all those cigarettes, man. Yeah, we were smoking cigarettes in the woods, and we found this tree house in the middle of the woods, and we were like, well, this is far from everything, so I guess fuck it, let's smoke on the tree house. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We might have been smoking weed too. I don't know. It was like the first time I tried weed was also around cigarette time, but something was being
Cigarette
smoked
time.
in the woods. And we were like 14, 15, like ninth grade, whatever that is. And some kids, it's so embarrassing. Some kids were like sixth grade, maybe, like way younger, but there was like an army of them, found us and they were like, hey man, that's his dad built him that and he's dead. You guys are fuckers. You can't be on there. That's his tree house. His daddy built that from him. And
Get away from Fort
Who
Dead
died,
Dad.
the
Yeah.
kid or the dad?
I don't who fucking knows. And so an army of like kids that were like embarrassingly younger than us, like intimidate us and basically chased us through a neighborhood because there was like a fucking army of them and we were like 14 and fat and shy, so we weren't fighting anybody.
And you've been smoking cigarettes, so it was hard to run.
Yeah, and you're like, we knew we got caught doing something bad. They were like, y'all smoke, that's bad. Like they were
Wow.
doing that redneck thing where they're judging you super hard for something that's not really a thing, I guess. It was-
Right.
And then so like easily like 14 of them were like chasing us.
This is I'm going to say this now. That would be a nightmare right now.
This one does kind of spiral out of control.
Like, sure, they're smaller than you, but at a certain point,
Yeah.
it is like a
And they-
praying mantis ant situation.
And
They
as it
will
co-
take you down.
Yeah, and as it comes into play later, they all had like older brothers and sisters, and
Jesus.
things got real bad. So they're chasing us through the neighborhood, and we go into my parents' house, right?
Real quick, I am just picturing you guys running over the hill like Indiana Jones and Raiders.
Oh,
And
it's
just the
totally
fucking-
that because I lived on a hill, and so we're running down the hill, and they're chasing us. So it's exactly that. So we ran into the house, and I was like a latchkey kid, so there was like 2 hours where it's just me and him in the house, right? So I slam the door, lock it, and we're like, "What's happening? Oh my god!"
This is a horror movie now.
It gets so much worse. And so there's like an army of 11th graders just in my front yard, and they just keep yelling at the house. They won't leave. They're screaming.
God.
So we're like, what do we do? And it is where the beginning of the spiral. They start throwing rocks at the windows,
Okay,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're hitting hard. They didn't like shatter or
but still,
break it, but still, it's like, what's happening?
yeah.
So, I mean, I'm from Alabama, so of course my grandfather, when he died, left me a bunch of shotguns.
Holy shit, dude!
So one of them didn't work, didn't have a trigger. But it's like these are two separate issues. It didn't work, and it didn't have a trigger, and it wasn't loaded.
Yeah.
So My friend John had the bright idea. I'm not blaming him because I did do it, but it was his idea. He said, "Get the broken one. I'll open the door. You pump it. I'll slam the door. They'll fuck off."
Yeah.
Didn't think it past that. Thought made complete sense. Like, of course, they'll be scared. They'll leave me alone, and I'll never get in trouble for this.
Yeah. But they are sixth graders, and they are unafraid of death.
But also, they have older brothers and sisters, and they have parents.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, this is the very beginning of a very bad spiral. And so he opens the door, pop, slams the door, put the gun back, high five. We did this. Nothing bad will ever happen.
Did you look out the window to see if they ran?
Of course they fucking ran. And of course we enjoyed it.
Oh, they
it was
did
awesome.
run.
Oh, yeah, because I pumped a shotgun and then 11-year-olds broke. 14, 11-year-olds just broke the fuck out. And so we were like high-fiving, like we showed them. And so it was, okay, so.
My daddy is the police in this town.
We'll get there. And so the next day at school, I start noticing, maybe it wasn't the next day, but I'm pretty sure it was the next day.
Yeah.
At school, I start noticing everybody's looking at me real crazy. Everybody's like, shh, and like everybody's got gossip. And then it slowly gets revealed to me that the story has become I pointed it at them and like I was being real crazy and like I was like trying to be murderous or whatever.
Right.
So it's spread throughout the whole school that like I apparently like tried to kill these kids. And then it gets real dicey for a couple of weeks because the brother of one of them, a brother of another one, and then these two redneck dudes who were just fucking bullied me nonstop for the rest of my high school career were dating sisters of the guys. And so they start like hardcore bullying us at school to the point of like throwing us into lockers.
Oh, Jesus.
They tried to run over my friend John. Because aside from this, I wasn't involved in this other dispute, but so the kids are getting real crazy. The brothers and the sisters are getting real crazy. They're like trying to beat us up at school. Like we're for real sprinting out of school every day so they can't get us.
Yeah. Jeez.
My friend John and this
all this because you point a gun at
that's the thing. There was no pointing of the gun, and so like John and this other guy we knew, and I fucking hated this dude because he was just dumb. But John hung out with him, and they chased the kids off with like a hockey stick or something. Like the kids were at their house again, fucking with them, and so they chased them with a hockey stick. So I wasn't involved with that, but the guy that was friends with John just said, "No, that's Joe Raines," and so like I got in trouble for that too somehow, even though I wasn't there.
Oh God!
So that guy, like literally, he basically the only reason we didn't get in trouble is because one of the older brothers literally tried to run over John in his car.
Oh, fuck.
Like he hit a mailbox trying to get him. And so I think that's the only reason I got out of trouble was because it was, I think the parents...
Attempted murder.
I think that at that point, everybody came together and was like, it's a wash. Everybody did crazy things. But anyway, so for
everybody did things that we can't take back.
But like, so like this is all going on. And then this guy named Jared... I said his name. Fuck him. I hope he's on fire. He bullied me forever because of that. And so... like he would wait for me in the neighborhood every day and try to fight me. But I was like 14 and like not at all violent. So I was like, I don't want to fight. And so he would just basically get in my face, push me and like just beg me to fight him every day for like months, even after the police got involved. And so this is all going on. Everyone at school thinks I'm a school shooter. Everyone hates me. I have to sit at the like redneck.
No wonder you do comedy.
Oh, this is like one of many things.
I was gonna say you're 14 at this point, so this is like Columbine time, right?
Yeah, this is like a couple years after Columbine. So everyone thinks I'm a school shooter. Everyone thinks I'm a freak. And so that year I had, and like all my friends had different lunches. So that year I actually did have to sit at like the freak redneck table where everybody was like, like missing an eye or something.
the land of misfit toys.
Yeah, but even like I was like below that. I was like I was at the table with the kids trying to scheme their way into the misfit toys table.
Oh wow!
Where it's just like the guy who takes this is a separate table, but a guy who takes his eye out, he was there. But anyway,
you want to know how I got these scars?
Anyway, so like this is all going on, and it's all already a
bad. But then the one day, like, I get called to the office, and I'm like, what's this about? And I walk in, and there's like 5 Alabaster police officers in there.
Oh God!
And they're waiting on me. They got their handcuffs out, and I'm like, holy shit, am I going to jail? And they make me give like a actual signed statement of what happened. And they were like, you are not to go in those woods ever again, or you will go to jail. You are not to speak to those kids again, or you will go to jail.
And your parents weren't here for this?
The parents didn't know yet.
Well, I mean, your parents.
My parents didn't know yet.
Oh, wow.
Like, I never told them about the guy. I got, even before this, after this, for other reasons, like, this is one of many things I got bullied about in high school. Like, this is not even the first time a whole entire auditorium, like, pointed and laughed at me. Like, I have many of those. Jesus, like, this is the one where the parents didn't know yet, and then after the police made me give the statement, and they're like up my ass, threatening me and shit, trying to, like, alpha male me or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like, guys, I already know this was a bad idea. I've almost been murdered. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Then their big thing for me was, we're not going to arrest you, but we're going to call your parents. And they told my parents, like, the not true version of what happened.
Yeah.
And then that's the most trouble I ever got into.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
What'd your parents do?
Oh, they went fucking nuclear.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
They just lost their ever loving mind, because no one in the neighborhood wanted us there anyway, because it was a parsonage, which is like a church owned house. Because my dad was a minister, of course. And so it was a church owned house. So everyone in the neighborhood, for some white reason, where I guess it makes their house less valuable or something, or maybe they think church members being there is going to, like, judge. I don't know. They just they didn't want us there anyway, and they'd already
seems like that'd make it more valuable. That's one neighbor you don't have to worry about.
They had already made it very clear they didn't want us there, and that my parents, like, once again, the way to get in the most trouble was to make them look bad in front of other adults, so that they went fucking bananas, because they're like, they don't even want us here, and you got guns out. Like, what, have you lost your mind?
Your dad is Ethan Hawke from First Reformed.
I mean, it was bad. My dad was Denzel from, like, Training Day, where he's all saliva. He didn't get shot or anything, but he's definitely spitting and yelling and acting real crazy.
Yeah.
And then my mom was doing the thing where she's quiet, but she, like, amps him up even more. I don't know if your parents do that, but my mom was the one who would.
And what about this?
Yeah, my mom was the one who was like, let's just up this ante. Oh, he looks like he's about to have a stroke. He's so mad. Well, let's just make him more mad. And yeah, so I think I was like. I was under, like, super hardcore grounding for like a year.
Lord.
Like, what kind of punishments?
Like, everything. Like,
yeah,
you like TV? Bye, gone.
No TV.
Yeah, you like video games? Gone.
Video games.
Even if, like, the stuff I bought with my own money and stuff, it was gone. So it was just a lot of trouble.
God.
Oof. Yeah.
And then everybody in the school was like, you're an asshole. You were like, did this, did that. And it's just like, does nobody remember they chased us and threw rocks at the window and wouldn't leave?
That, while you were describing that part, I have a horror movie in my mind called Sixth Grade, where, like, some sort of, like, virus breaks out and, like, all the sixth graders just surround a house, like, fucking, like, the end of Night of the Living Dead.
It was like, it was
terrifying,
because you can't fight them. I didn't hit him. I put one of them in a headlock and, like, threw him off me. And his sister was like, he's the bad guy, because we were in choir together. And I guess she didn't know I was in there. So they called me to the office, and then she, like, immediately started yelling at the whole room because she didn't know who I was. She was like, is that motherfucker in this room? And it was just like, God damn. And it wouldn't have been so bad, but it was just... it was like a collective of redneck asshole families.
Sure.
So it was just, like, already
the worst people in town.
It was just like... It was like the people who have just enough money to live in a nice neighborhood, and then their friends from the trailer park, and they just whipped each other up into, like, redneck camouflaged fury.
Man, you would be the talk of next door if it was around at the time.
Oh my God, yeah, they would have, like, shut it down with, like,
the What's Happening in Alabaster Facebook page would be a flurry with Shotgun Joe.
Yeah, that whole thing was just bad. Every last bit and piece of it was just bad.
Mine was, I broke 2 windows in my mom's house in under a week, but that's fuck that. I mean, you win. That's one was I went to vacation Bible school for the first and only time because my babysitter was just like, basically my mom was doing summer school, and so was my dad was painting houses, so they were like, hey, can you watch Rivers for this week in the middle of the summer? And
I can't, but Jesus can.
Well, my sitter, she was she was an older lady. Her name was Miss Nixon. She's passed now, but she was like, well, I'm happy to watch after him, but I already signed up to do Vacation Bible School, so I can look after him, but he would have to be at the Vacation Bible School. My parents are, not religious or anything, but she was like, is that cool? My mom's like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I got to work. Fucking fine. And, but her actual answer, is legendary in our family, which is, Miss Nixon, I don't mind if Rivers comes back a Baptist as long as he doesn't come back a fucking Republican. So I went to Vacation Bible School, and on the last day we had to make, pet rocks. That was our assignment. So they gave us smooth river rocks, and we painted them and put googly eyes on them. And I got out of the car, and I was so excited to show it to my mom. I was like, check it out. And I got kind of underhand tossed it to her, and it went right past my mom and into the plate glass window.
Oh, no.
Which is like a big fucking window in the front of the house. So there was that. And then less than a week later, I was sitting there. It was one of those like hot, like summer afternoons, and you could hear the thunder kind of rolling, and it's like a storm is coming on, and it was real hot. And then all of a sudden, I heard the ice cream truck. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm going to get this ice cream before it starts thunderstorming. So I ran down to the street, got the ice cream, was running back up. It starts raining, so I start running harder. And I go to open the door, and the door was locked. And I just went to like bang on they have like
you broke the glass.
I broke the glass in the window of the door too. So 2 windows in under a week. But that ain't shit compared to Shotgun Joe.
No, I don't think most people are going to have a story like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
For the record, it wouldn't have worked had it been loaded. It wasn't loaded.
Right.
And I didn't point it
no
at
trigger,
anybody.
didn't point it. No, I'm with you, man. I mean, you're being chased. Like, that movie would be kind of hard to sell because it would be a movie about killing zombie children, but what a scary movie.
That's like in Shawshank, where he's like, whatever sins I've committed, I've paid for, and then some. It's like, yeah, I almost got murderized for rednecks like a year after that. So like, I like paid my dues on that one.
Oh man.
And I hope Jared died in a fire.
Yeah. He could be dying right now.
I hope he hears this, and it's the last thing he ever hears.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't have anything that compares to that.
No.
One time, my mom took away my video games because I was in trouble for I don't even remember. And then Saturday morning, before she was awake, I went up the street to my friend's Brent's house and started playing Sega with him. And of course didn't tell my mom or, leave a note or anything.
Yeah.
So my mom just woke up. I wasn't there, freaked out. She walked up to Brent's house, still in a robe, and knocked on the door. And as soon as she saw me in there, saw I was playing video games, I could just tell she was so fucking pissed.
Oh man.
I got grounded even more, definitely.
Yeah.
One time my mom took all my parental advisory sticker CDs away.
Oh man.
Because my friend.
So you just had to listen to VeggieTales.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call music.
To listen to the fucking Walmart version of Kid Rock.
Yeah.
I remember the first time you bought like a dirty CD at Walmart, and you were like, I can't believe they sold it to
I
me.
know, dude.
I just jobbed the system. I'm the smartest kid alive. Hello, Hollywood. Then you put the CD in, and it just missed every curse word. And you're like, motherfucker.
What's weird is they don't do it for every CD, which I found out the hard way when I worked at the radio station. I was trying to play, I forgot what it was.
Did you get fined?
Well, but there was some like hip hop album that I saw at Walmart, and I knew like that was a thing. Was like, oh yeah, they can. And I was like, dude, I'd love to. And so I bought the record because I was going to do what I always did, which was buy the record, rip it on my computer, and return it. So I would have the edited versions of like this CD I like. I think it was The Chronic or something like that. And I played it, and it was just dirty as fuck. Like they didn't make any attempt to do it. So.
How many fucks got through?
A couple,
Couple.
Yeah.
You can't be on the Saturday Night Live.
I pressed the dump button,
That's good.
Yeah.
The reason my CDs got taken away is because me and my friend had been listening to ICP.
Yeah.
It's funny,
Yeah, it's very
that's
funny.
one of the reasons why I got into it.
Yeah.
And there's this one song about it was like a love sounding song, but they're just saying bad things about their exes or whatever. Classic comedy juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition.
That's right. And so there's just all these lyrics about just like a werewolf, hairy pussy, or just shit like that. And my friend was like, "What were some of those lyrics? I was trying to remember them, and so I wrote them down at school and gave them to him. And then his mom went through his backpack because his mom's insane. And was one of the parents who would do stuff like that, and found the note, and then he snitched on me, of course, because he's a fucking bitch.
Did he at least say they were lyrics and not like what you were sending a note of them to?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna fuck your werewolf pussy.
Why would you say that to my child?
And his mom is such a fucking busybody loser. She called my mom and was like, "Look at what your son wrote to my son.
Man.
He wants to fuck his werewolf pussy."
And then without even talking to me first, she went and took all my CDs and then was like, "I need to talk to you."
Oh, gross.
We need to talk about Dracula's tits.
I know you've never heard of anything that didn't come from music that's fucked up. This is where everything that's wrong is happening.
We need
the insane clown posse is ruining your mind.
We need to talk about this.
That might actually be true. That last one might be true.
We need to talk about this poem you wrote, Sam. Frankenstein schlong. It's not cool.
But yeah, it was just some dumb. That was the one where I was like, I hate my parents. Truly, this is like. Even I, as a 12-year-old, I understand I have a bias that I'm mad about this because I've been affected, but also I know how dumb this is.
Yeah, it would be worth it to have a kid just for that phone call when some fucking other parent called you and was just like, "Well, I just wanted to know that your son," and then you could just fucking roast them. It'd be hilarious. Like, what the fuck? What do you care? Shut up. Mind your own goddamn business.
Lee, tell your son to never talk to my son again because he writes down lyrics that have the word pussy.
Yeah.
He wants to eat my son's werewolf pussy.
It's always the kids with moms like that who turn into drug addict fuck ups. They're either totally straight laced, scared to do anything wrong, or they're just like, "God, my mom has been just a burden on my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get real drunk and do a bunch of drugs."
We got this one from @Jacob the Hodge. Which one of you would win if y'all had to face each other in Mortal Kombat, and what would each of your fatalities be? Ooh, let's start with asking, have you seen the movie yet? I know, Joe, you said you watched it.
It was fun. If you go into it thinking it's going to be anything other than popcorn trash, then you're already too dumb to be watching movies.
Yeah, I got to say, I didn't watch it with my full attention. I was working on other stuff on my other computer.
I gave it my full attention because I was like, this is so dumb, it's fun.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
I had fun paying half attention. It was cool. I kept looking over and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that guy from the thing."
Yeah, I mean, it was it was just cheese. You had a guy who cut a lady in half and said fatality.
He cut the lady in half and then goes flawless victory. Even though she punched him a bunch of times.
No, she didn't. I don't think she did.
She jacked him up against the wall a couple times, threw him into a column. It was not a flawless victory by the standards of the video.
It was like I don't know. It was fun.
Flawless victory is when you fuck somebody up and they don't hit you at all.
Yeah. That's you don't want to lose that way.
Yeah, that
feels
means
bad.
A flawless victory is actually when you make it through College of Virginia.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to.
I would win. I think if it was the video.
Yeah, if it's a video game, 100% Sam
Joe
would win.
plays a lot of video games.
Yeah, but I'm not
not a fighter.
I'm not a violent person.
Yeah, you just play Madden and shit, right?
No, I mean I play whatever's good. I mean the Red Dead 2 was dope.
Okay.
Spider-Man was dope.
Yeah.
I like Call of Duties. I mean, it doesn't really count because normally I don't play all the time. It's just the last year I've been crippled. So
sure,
I've played every video game of all time in the last year to the point where I haven't played any in a couple months because I hate it.
Well, he's asking what our special fatalities would be. Mine obviously would be to rip it in half.
Oh, wow. Drink an energy
I drink or rip it and then rip the spine out or rip them in half.
Mine would be I would wheel out a buffet line where just one of those hot plate, where it's boiling water and they put the stuff in on it.
Yeah,
it's got the sneeze guard. I'd wheel one of those out and then I would eat it all and then I would turn green and then I would explode and blow the whole screen up and everyone would die.
Ooh, like Chaos, that monkey in Primal Rage.
Sure, yes.
We'd vomit on someone.
Well, it wouldn't be vomit.
this would be
I
explode.
I would just explode and then blow everything up.
And then
like
it would
a
go
bomb.
Pyrrhic victory.
The Indian food is delicious.
Yeah. I got one more question. This is from @IanTheKiltMaker. If you could share an energy drink with anyone in the world, who would you choose, and what brand flavor do you force on them?
Is it like an energy drink that already exists, or can I make my own?
I
You
mean,
can
I guess you can make your own. Yeah, this is a thought experiment.
I'd share one of the American flag cans of Rip It with Jay Leno.
Oh, there you go.
Talk cars and about how we love America.
Hell yeah.
Make him drive you around in like his most fucked up car.
You say make you like you wouldn't just like force that on you.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Tell
you
me
can-
about the
yeah.
USO shows, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't think you can hang out with Jay Leno outside a vehicle.
Get me in that car with the wagon wheels. Let's toot around with some steam power.
What do you have that goes under 20 miles an hour?
Oh, I have a family steamer. Cruise on Hollywood Boulevard.
What do you think he keeps in that chin? Is it like you know,
Dude, his head's so big now.
Yeah.
It's so fucking big. It's crazy.
It's got like a change purse. If he squeezes his chin, a couple of quarters pop out.
It's the best dispenser for clean family comedy.
What's your answer, Rivers?
That's a good question. I mean, it's obviously going to be
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess the question is, if I could, when you say share it with them, could they, would they be under some contract to answer me honestly? And if that's the case, yeah, it probably would be Vince McMahon because he's the weirdest guy of all time.
And I think getting him all gacked out on Rip It.
Yeah. Eat steakums and ketchup on tortilla.
Jesus,
Who would do
Christ.
that?
A guy who lives
billionaire.
a billionaire who lifts weights and he's 80 or 71 or whatever.
Like the idea of being a billionaire and still eating like you live in your car.
Well, speaking of cars, I got a story from the United Kingdom. This is from the Manchester Evening News. Emma Lavelle was in an Uber earlier this month when her journey took a terrifying turn, literally speaking. The incident occurred in Salford when Lavelle noticed her driver was going in the wrong direction. Lavelle saw the car was heading straight towards the Bridgewater Canal waterway. Quote, "He turned down the wrong street and I said, 'You shouldn't be here. Don't continue down that road. There's a canal.'" The 30-year-old transportation manager reportedly asked her driver to stop, but he ignored her advice, deciding instead to follow his navigation software. Quote, "He just carried on, and I told him he was going to drive straight into the canal." The driver then made a left turn, driving the two of them directly into the canal.
Sometimes you got to drive into a canal.
You're not supposed to diverge from the map app,
Yeah, you get bitched at.
I mean, if it's one of those little tiny British cars, it probably floated, so it's fine.
Yeah, like James Bond's car.
Yeah, it just starts floating down the channel. Where are you going? Somewhere.
Quote, "I thought, what the hell has even happened? How has he not seen the canal in front of him?" Thankfully, Lavelle wasn't injured in the accident. Quote, "He asked me if I could get out, and thankfully I could." So she climbs out of the car. However, she was reportedly told to walk the remainder of her trip despite it being the middle of the night. So
What she want to fucking get back in the car with that guy?
well, no, like it's just, it seems like he should call her a ride or, something. Quote, "It's a 15-minute walk and not the nicest area to walk on your own," Lavelle said. But the ordeal wasn't quite finished. When she got home, she received one last surprise, a 29-pound charge for the Uber. So $40. They still charged her. Following the incident, Lavelle contacted Uber by email to request a refund, and unsurprisingly, Uber told Lavelle, quote, "We will investigate the incident," but she said that she hasn't received a follow-up. So
yeah, you're supposed to report it immediately.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
When you're using Uber or something, there's like a help option, and you can just report, "My driver got pulled over," or "My driver got in a wreck."
I wonder, it'd be funny if they charged her a cleanup fee.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're going to need that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love because, it's one of those things. Like there was that episode of The Office where Michael Scott drove into the lake because he was following the navigation system. And I didn't realize that was based on, real events, because this shit does happen because people are fucking stupid. And I remember watching that episode of The Office. I was like, that's so unbelievable. Nobody would just do that. And then ever since whenever that was, 2011, there's just story after story of people not watching the goddamn road and driving to the lakes. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, computers probably know better than I do. Maybe it's like chunky water.
They're probably texting, and they're just like, "Oh, it says left. I don't have time to look up."
My feet are wet. What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, is how deep is this canal that they were able to just walk out? Like, ugh.
I'm just glad that driver got paid.
Yeah. yeah.
He's going to need it.
I had one other thing I wanted to share with you. Is this is a, we like to talk about the Lord as much as possible here. Everybody knows that. And this is a clip. I mean, this is kind of a throwback, honestly, because this is one of these guys you forget is still out there, still out there doing his thing. He's like Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're like, wow, man, those guys are still on the road. And this is Jim Bakker, classic 80s televangelist, sex pest, husband of the late, great Tammy Faye Bakker. So let's see what he's got going on.
Zombies that are on the earth are a disease like any other disease that affects people, and they become like zombies. Is that right?
Forgive me, but that's only part of the story.
Jesus Christ.
Zombies also have the evil spiritual entity known as demon possession. Okay,
Wow.
because
He also
there
has a
is
bunch
no
of paintings of
rationale
lions
with a
behind him.
Yeah. So he's talking to this guy whose name is Steve Quayle, who he's
Zombies are only part of the story.
It's crazy that he's like, the worst part about zombies is how they're also possessed by demons. It's like, buddy, that you're putting a hat on a hat. This is too much.
zombie.
Zombie.
The best way to explain zombies' bloodlust is this: the appetite of demons expressed through humans. It should be astonishing to people that the richest people in the world, not all of them, but some of them, are into occult ceremonies where they have to drink, blood.
It's one of those things where you're just like, man, it's the worst.
Drinking blood.
It's the worst thing about QAnon is that it's become this grand unified conspiracy theory, and so all these guys who are already like off their goddamn rocker, all of a sudden are like, wait a minute. This circles the square of all my theories, and it all goes to the the cannibal.
There's zero chance this guy doesn't have traumatic brain injury.
But like prior to 2017, this man would have just been on here to talk about zombies. And,
no, obviously, if you look at the screen, he would have been on there to talk about lions.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well,
he has 6 different pictures of lions behind
the
him.
kinds you can buy at like Michael's or something.
Yeah. I mean, these are home fills.
Truthfully, this guy either jerks off to lions or he really does have traumatic brain injury, because they all get obsessed over weird things, and he has his lions, I guess.
Yeah,
it's only male lions too.
Yeah, these
of course. Why would you want a female anything?
Yeah, these are like the hotel paintings for like the American Hotel in Nairobi or something.
I bet that's why his beard is so big. It's because he's like, I have a mane. Democrats drink blood. I protect myself against the demons with this beard. The beard fends off the demons, and God saves me. And they drink blood, and they're zombies, and they have bloodlust, and I like lions, and lions with penises are my favorite. I'm gonna go jerk off because I got myself too excited.
Like I said, though, I just hate that if this had happened in 2016 or prior, this man would have just been on here to talk about zombies, and and he's crazy, but zombies are fun. And now it's like, oh, you just went to the boring thing everyone already knows about. You fucking loser. Get your own shit.
That's extracted from a tortured child. Now that's sick, but that's the appetite of demons expressed through humans.
You know what's weird is all these psycho lunatics have money. They're all like wealthy. This guy would appear to have money.
I would love to see the rest of his house.
Oh, well,
because those paintings aren't even hung on the wall.
No, he wants you to know. He's just got it.
He had his maid collect all my lion paintings so I can be on Jim Bakker tonight with my lions.
My cup runneth over with lion paintings.
This is the bedroom lion. This is the bathroom lion. This is the dining room lion. And this is my jerk-off demon settler lion.
So I got curious about this guy. I was like, okay, who's Steve Quayle? What's he all about? And so I obviously found stevequayle.com. And if you just Google that, the results, they has like the menu of the things, the sections that you're going to see on his website right up on the Google results. And they are as follows for stevequayle.com. These are the sections: gold medals, radio host, dead scientists, giants, And so obviously I was like, well, I got to know what he thinks about the Giants. And he's got an entire website that's separate. It's Genesis6Giants.com. And it's just his theories about giants and interdimensional Bigfoot traveling.
This is like he got tired of UFOs and was just like, I gotta do other stuff.
Oh no, they're in there too. He's
but
got
I mean,
some UFOs happening.
he added more than that.
I like how he's with his interdimensional traveling Sasquatch.
It just looks like Stargate.
It's Stargate, but Bigfoot's walking through it.
All right, you guys. So you remember Stargate? Remember that movie? Okay, but what if Bigfoot went through
the
it?
show.
But this is what I hate so much about fucking QAnon is if you look, when did he stop talking about giants? 2018, which is probably right when he found out about QAnon. His important research in the field of giants ceased so he could focus on a thing that he didn't even come up with. QAnon's killing the creativity of crazy people, and I don't like it.
He probably realized the Giants were in on it.
Yeah, he was very disappointed in Goliath.
Obviously, it's a collective of giants, Sasquatches.
How do you think
blood
they get the
drinkers.
children?
That's right.
The Giants going to scoop up a dozen in one hand.
And what if you want a child from the 1600s? All right, Sasquatch, use your interdimensional travel.
One of these articles, by the way, is was Bolivia the land of the Sumerians? It's like, no, Sumer was the land of the Sumerians, you fucking moron. That's Iraq. But yeah, there's a Giants by region. I'll click one of these. Let's go to North America. Let's see that. Let's see what he's got to say. So, skull of a giant found in 1940 in Victoria, Texas. That's the hometown of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Are we sure it wasn't The Big Show? Let's see. Hidden proofs of a giant race. Idaho flood. Giants remembered. I guess there was a flood that killed off the giants in Idaho.
Does it play sad music?
I guess they weren't that tall if the flood took them out.
Yeah, they weren't tall enough.
It plays the theme from Lassie, and it just shows all the giants being swept away.
I'm gonna go back to the thing. He's got sections here. Precious metal section. He's got the history of silver. He's got the history of gold. And you can also buy gold, silver, and platinum.
From him?
I reckon so, yeah.
He probably knows where to get the good stuff.
Yeah. Is it blessed as well?
Well, he's like a right-wing radio psycho guy, so I'm sure he's got to deal with, buy gold now before the apocalypse.
You ever watched the tapes from that Reverend Popoff who sells holy water?
Stop settling on less and reach for God's best. God is a God of more, and now there's more miracle spring water in a new, larger packet.
You had sent me the water, and I used it. You told me I was going to get a check for $7,000. Sure enough, I got a check in the mail. It was exactly $7,000.
I will send you the miracle spring water. I'll send you the instructions. I'll tell you how to use it to see total victory in every area of your life.
Act now. Call the number on your screen today and get your free packet of miracle spring water.
No, my favorite thing about the good Reverend Popoff is his televangelist thing will be like, "Can I make the devil mad? Can I make the devil mad? I won't make the devil mad. Can I make the devil mad, y'all?"
I mean, that's what people are mad at Lil Nas X for. Fucking making the devil mad.
Mm-hmm.
Horny and then mad that he got killed by Lil Nas X.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what they're mad about, but yes, that did happen.
He's putting blood in them sneakers, and he didn't even get permission to use Nikes. I just don't understand why he think that'd be okay.
I'm telling Nike you did this on Twitter.
It's offensive. It's against Jesus.
I just wanted to read a couple of his books.
Oh no!
So these are
entire books.
No, yeah, the entire book. Here we go. No, these are just the titles here. Jesus, the premise of the promise. Okay, that seems normal for a gospel book. Perhaps the Mars-Earth Wars and the destruction of Lucifer's planet 2020.
That'd be a dope movie.
Yeah, I mean the cover looks cool, but for some reason Mars and Earth are crashing into each other, but they're like very near to Jupiter. So somehow Earth left its orbit and went around. I don't know how it's happening.
I think it's a very safe bet that he doesn't know where the planets are.
Yeah.
He's got a DVD called True Legends 2019. He's got something called
about
Sasquatch.
It's got alien stuff on it, so I assume it's alien stuff. He's got one called Terminated, The End of Man is Here, and it is literally just the Terminator holding a skull. I was like, oh, you just rewrote the Terminator? I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah,
Look out for my new book, Triassic
we could
Park.
get this guy fucking sued as a motherfucker. But he would have to have made money.
He has a Terminator where instead of the Terminator, it's a Sasquatch that goes through the time portal.
Ooh, oh, dude, a metallic fucking Sasquatch? A Sasquatch Terminator? All right. First, we got to make 6th Grade the movie, and then I got the energy juice running through my brain. Postomania is running through my brain, brother. Yeah. God, I'm so full of Hulky-Oos and Hulkaroos. Oh yeah. Terminator Sasquatch. All right, I'm cutting this whole part because this is a great idea.
You don't want people to steal.
Yeah,
this.
you don't want people to steal this fucking madness.
The idea that when Rivers thought of it, he couldn't even speak anymore because of how excited.
I was flummoxed.
20 years later, he's still in this room, but everybody's moved back to wherever they're from. And some kid wanders in here. Is this the goods from the woods? And he hasn't talked for 20 years.
And then he just looks at me and goes, chromed out Sasquatch.
Terminator
Sasquatch. And then starts drawing it with a shaky hand with like 5 foot long fingernails.
And also the room is just covered with that drawing already.
Yeah.
The genius broke him, much like Mozart. It just broke him.
The last two I want to share because he kind of breaks from the pattern here a little bit. He's got one called Tears, an Ocean of Emotion.
I think he's had a number of breaks.
I didn't know that he'd had a smooth R&B album too, but apparently
Sasquatch.
You give me an ocean of emotion. And then finally, and perhaps the most curious, after all of that, he's also just got one called The Heart of the Elephants.
It's just a book about elephants.
It's a book about elephants. So this guy...
that's the only good one where it's just normally about elephants.
I just hate that QAnon has stubbed this man's creativity out. Because
he's a jack of all trades.
You saw how creative he was, and now he's reduced to being on Jim Baker's show and being like, QAnon told me.
Potato. Yeah. You say creative, I say insane.
Yeah, sure. You say tomato, I say chrome-plated Sasquatch. Okay?
I mean, if this pandemic keeps up, it will get on Netflix. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm pretty smart.
As y'all can probably tell, I'm pretty smart.
I'm the one who came up with the Terminator Sasquatch.
Once I get the foot back in my possession, I'm gonna film my Terminator Sasquatch, and you can see all the cholesterol dripping out.
Oh Lord! Well, that's Stephen Quayle. He sucks.
Just fuck all those guys.
Fuck all those guys except for Terminator Sasquatch.
Yeah. Terminator Sasquatch is the future.
It will live in our hearts and minds forever.
So you can just make 1, 2, the planet of the Terminator. Sasquatch.
Right. Well, that's what I'm thinking. So,
underground, the planet of the Sasquatch.
So I'm going to steal 2 great ideas. It's a Planet of the Apes situation where the Sasquatches basically realize they're stronger than man and reduce man to the servile role, and they take over society. And then once they get to that point, time travel is invented and somebody's trying to go back to stop the Sasquatches, but Sasquatch sends a metallic fucking Sasquatch after them.
It's a titanium, right? It's liquid.
Oh, yeah. Like night alloy or whatever. Yeah, titanium alloy. But yeah.
The only way to kill the Sasquatch is to dip it in lava.
Yeah.
And that's actually how he dies, is they fight on a volcano.
Mm-hmm. And then in the second one, he's like a good guy. He has like a face turn. Everybody loves him.
But in the third one, he's bad again.
Yeah.
And the third one, and in the fourth one, he just eats cheese doodles.
No, the fourth one, he's Christian Bale for some reason.
Yeah, but
there's a fourth one.
Oh, there's like a 20th one.
Yeah, they still make.
We're gonna purposely go get everyone sick, so these will all get on Netflix.
Joe, where can people find you online?
I'm on all the platforms.
Did you get more followers?
I got 2.
Told you.
Hey, I spiked the football, and then I think one of them unfollowed me.
Follow Joe. He's a good follow. He's funny. We love him.
You can unfollow him, but you do have to. But you have to follow him first. You have to follow him first.
If you don't follow me, I'll never write Planet of the Metallic Sasquatches.
Hey, that's me. That's a me and Steve Quayle joint. I'm cutting you out.
I'm on all the platforms as Joe MF Rains, Raines. Joe MF Rains. Follow me.
Hell yeah. Sam, where can people find you?
Slam harder on TikTok and Twitter, where I post the videos that are too hot for TikTok.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And of course, this is your last chance. I decided I'm going to extend it one day. So tomorrow, I'm going to fucking, so get them in. Go to Shermed Out Pod at Apple Podcasts. Give them 5 stars. Write a crazy review.
Someone should write a review that is a short plot to Planet of the Terminator Sasquatch.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
I just won you the contest, America.
That's true.
Your review should be a 3-sentence plot summary of Planet of the Terminator Sasquatch.
I say 3 paragraphs.
The time traveling Sasquatch from Terminator.
Bonus points if you can like map out several movies. But keep in mind the first one is Planet of the Terminator Sasquatches. The second one is Return of the Planet of the Terminator Sasquatches. The third one is Underneath the Planet of the Terminator Sasquatches, and the fourth one is
a reboot of the first one.
Of the first one, but it takes place in Middle Earth. So it's still a telling of the story.
Let me float this. Maybe this will be easier. Just tell me if you can feel this vibe. Time foot.
Time foot.
So it's like the same.
But you
thing,
left
but he
out the
travels.
Terminator.
No, but he's Bigfoot, but he goes through time.
But he's
a Terminator. Bigfoot.
Is he not a Terminator this time?
Wait for it. Mecha Time Foot.
So just a different.
He's
robot.
not. I feel like you're leaning too hard on the metallic and.
Look, I like Time Foot.
He's got to be.
Time Foot's mine.
He's got to be a Terminator,
Joe.
He's got to be a Terminator, but the liquidy kind, and it's from the future.
Joe,
and it's the planet of the Terminator Sasquatch.
Let's make it a Deep Impact Armageddon situation where I've got Time Foot and you've got the Terminator Sasquatch, and they both come out at the same time, and neither of them make that much money.
No, because I'm far more litigious than Universal Studios.
Okay. Well,
yes.
Point is, head on over to Shermed Out Pod on Apple Podcasts. Give them 5 stars. Write something crazy. Don't say any cuss words because Apple doesn't. They're like TikTok. They don't like the cussing. Take a screenshot. Send it to me at Rivers Langley or at The Goods Pod. All the DMs are open and stuff like that. So, you'll be able to get it to me. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to look at all of them and I will make a determination. And the funniest one will receive a t-shirt in the size of your choice from ProWrestlingTees.com/TheGoodsPod. And for those of you that don't get the free shirt, they are for sale there. Make you look skinny on TV. Check us out on patreon.com/thegoodspod. I'm going to be recording a new episode of the Dr. Rock and Captain Fantasy radio show this Sunday, so that'll be going up there. Oh, and RIP to Michael Collins. He was the guy driving the Apollo 11. He was the one guy,
the astronaut.
Yeah, Buzz and Neil got to walk on the moon, but this motherfucker had to drive. So
I feel like he got gypped.
He's
That's
orbiting.
fair.
But RIP to Michael Collins. This is the Dex Teens with their song Neil Armstrong. We'll see you next time.